Yeah. Pull up a chair. Real stories only. No filters. No cap. Staxx in the building. Chattin with Staxx. Where the real ones talk. Every scar got a story. Every mile got a walk. From the cell block walls to a brand new path. Everybody got a pass when you're chatting with Staxx. Chattin with Staxx. Let the truth come out. No fake headlines, no manufactured clout. Just life on the table, every lesson attached. You might leave change when you're chatting with Staxx. Seen no bikers, seen ex-cons too. Seen folks rebuild when they thought they were through. Some came from violence, some came from pain. Some lost everything and got it all back again. Microphone on, let the conversation breathe. Everybody got something hidden up they sleeve. Not preaching perfection, not selling the dream. Just showing what survival really means. The streets leave marks that the cameras can't see. Years of hard lessons become history. Some carry regret, some carry pride. Some still fighting demons they can never quite hide. With Staxx, where the real ones talk. Every scar got a story, every mile got a walk. From the cell block walls to a brand new path. Everybody got a pass when you're chatting with Staxx. One guest says prison changes whole view. Another says sobriety pulled them through. One talks motorcycles, another talks faith. Everybody trying to find their place. No Hollywood script, no polished disguise. You can see the truth sitting right in their eyes. The road gets rough, everybody knows, but strength is measured by how far you grow. Some lost brothers, some buried friends. Some hit rock bottom and climb back again. That's why people listen when the stories get deep, because real recognizes real in every stand with Staxx. Where the real ones talk. Every scar got a story, every mile got a walk. From the cell block walls to a brand new path. Everybody got a pass when you're chatting with Staxx. Chatting with Staxx.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we're going to talk about Satan's Choice 1 year anniversary in the year since they revived this club and some of the things that they've dealt with over the past year, from good things to bad things to everything in between. There's a new video going around on the internet. There's no proof that Satan's Choice did that to that guy's bike. I don't know why he would post something like that, but maybe he had a problem with somebody. Who knows? But people are like, where's the proof? Where's the proof? I mean, he's the one that posted. I don't know. Ask him. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother's sister's friend about Chattin with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. If you want to donate to the show, you can hit up the Cash App at Chattin with Staxx, or you can hit up Venmo, PayPal, Super Sticker, Super Chat, Zelle, all that good stuff. Every dollar goes right back into the show so I can bring you the dopest content possible. I told you guys I'm starting to do in-person interviews. I got the first one done. It's with CJ Nordstrom. If you guys know who he is, he's an absolute legend in the motorcycle community. He's out of Rhode Island. I did a great interview with him. It's a long one. I'm going to be bringing you guys these interviews in person with some pretty legendary figures from across the country. I have a bunch more lined up, and I'm going to be bringing you guys the dopest content around. If you want to be a guest on the show, or you want me to come interview you in person, just email me at billstaxx2021@gmail.com. Or if you have a product you want to promote your business, you have a book you want to promote, just hit me up and we'll make it happen. Thank you guys all for joining me today. Won't be me. What's going on? Thank you for joining me today. Paper Chase Music Group. How you doing? Thank you for joining me today. Wilson's in the building. How you going? How you doing, man? Pooh Scissors. What the hell? Pooh Scissors. How do you guys think of these names, man? Where do they use Pooh Scissors at? Vegan Cannibal. How you doing? Thank you for joining me today. First thing I'm going to be doing is buying a new chair for the studio. Need one. So we got a lot to talk about. There's a lot going on. Crazy stuff going on all over the place. So the first thing this is a quick story real quick. I thought it was crazy. Like, I've never heard of anything like this before. So a 10-year-old girl was dragged down to the bottom of the ocean by two dolphins. Two dolphins pulled a 10-year-old girl underwater and then both attacked her simultaneously. What was supposed to be a fun family vacation in Cancun, Mexico, suddenly became a terrifying fight for survival. For a 10-year-old girl found herself being attacked by two dolphins. The girl, identified as Lexi, was in the water at a dolphin attraction when the animal suddenly turned aggressive. And what began as an ordinary encounter quickly became dangerous as one of the dolphins moved towards her and began biting and ramming her. Lexi was caught completely off guard. The powerful animals repeatedly struck her body, leaving her frightened and struggling to understand what was happening. She screamed for help as the dolphins continued to circle and attack her. The situation became even more dangerous when both the dolphins began pulling her underwater instead of swimming away. They continued to assault while Lexi desperately tried to remain above the surface. Trainers in the enclosed facility, so she wasn't in the ocean, it was an enclosed facility. But can you imagine you go to swim with the dolphins and all of a sudden two of them start attacking you and pulling you underwater? That's insane. Trainers they realized something had seriously gone wrong. They attempted to get the dolphins to stop, but the animals continued to attack the child from outside of the water. I don't know what the hell that means. Lexi's mother watched in horror as her daughter struggled against the animals. For her mother, the most terrifying possibility was that Lexi could disappear beneath the surface and be gone forever. The girl was already injured and had a little control over what the dolphins were doing to her. She didn't have any control, but Lexi managed to grab on to a bodyboard. Simple decision have saved her life. The floating board gave her something to hold on to while keeping a part of her body above the water instead of allowing herself to be pulled completely beneath the surface. But she ended up surviving this situation. It's just crazy. I've never heard of nothing like that in my life. And if you guys don't know, there was a huge earthquake down in Colombia. Buildings falling over. It was like a 4-point-something magnitude. Whole church steeple crashed down. It's all on video. You guys can see it. The whole ground shaking, telephone wires. People are running out of buildings and stuff's crazy. It looks like a movie, but it's real life. It's a crazy situation. Watch Blackfin. I've heard of that. I know they're still wild animals, right? The Jimster, what's going on? You put them in a cage. They're still gonna act like wild animals, right? Hey, Nick, what's going on, man? Thank you for joining me today. Poser Punk, how goes it? Tommy, thank you for joining us. Appreciate you guys. So, yeah, 7.4. That's insane. I thought it was 4.7, but it's 7.4. That's pretty crazy. That'll knock you right off your feet. So the first thing we're going to talk about today is the developing story about Carmine Agnello going to prison. So it's been up in the air back and forth for so long, right? I think he's scared to go to prison. I think he's terrified, and we got some new developments in this story. So John Gotti's grandson has been ordered to go to prison after the judge is tired of waiting for the mom's kidney transplant. It is a noble thing what he was doing for his mom, giving her the kidney, but the judge and all that is tired of it, and they're not playing his shit no more. They don't want to play his games no more. John Gotti's grandson's last-ditch attempt to further delay his prison sentence came up short Monday after a federal judge got tired of waiting for him to serve up as a kidney to his ailing mother. Carmine Agnello, 39, I guess he's 40, was ordered by a federal judge in Brooklyn to self-surrender to prison and begin serving his long-awaited COVID fraud sentencing following nearly 2-month holdup so he could donate an organ to his mom, Victoria Gotti. It is a noble thing. I will give him that. I mean, anybody would do that for their mom, I would hope, right? Agnello, the godson of the notorious Gambino crime head, was set to begin a 15-month prison term. We can all tell that these people are not John Gotti, not one of them. They fall very short from being anything like John Gotti, because he wouldn't be postponing a prison sentence. I mean, I get it, right? His mom's sick and she needs a kidney, but it just sounds like excuses. So he was supposed to turn himself in yesterday at 4:00. I looked at the BOP of prisons. It says Carmine Agnello, 40 years old, is not in BOP custody. I don't know if they just didn't update the system and you can't find him in there. But as of right now, it says that he is not in BOP custody. I have his inmate number and all that. And I see his father was released, right, in 2008. But the surgery date came and went without any transplant, with Agnello telling the court last week that doctors weren't able to proceed with the surgery because his mom was suffering from severe infection. And obviously they can't do a surgery while she's suffering from an infection. On Monday, defense attorney filed the last-minute letter trying to keep Agnello free until September 18th, arguing that Agnello's kidney was perfect fit for his mom and that sending him to jail to the slammer would result in disqualifying him as a potential donor. It is undisputed that Carmine is a great match for Miss Gotti. His ability to serve as a donor is impressive, and her transplant team determined a surgery date, the letter said. The Brooklyn federal prosecutors argued that the transplant surgery wasn't even scheduled by the proposed September surrender due to the ongoing infection, meaning the surgery was not imminent. The judge had initially said Agnello could remain free for another month if the surgery took place before Monday. But in his ruling, the judge said he didn't seem like any organ transplant would happen over the next month and determined Agnello's self-surrender would be unjustified. Prosecutors repeatedly oppose any leniency from the court, and Agnello could give up his kidney from behind bars. I mean, that is a thing, right? He could have just gave up his kidney from behind bars. Agnello was sentenced April 20th after pleading guilty to skimming from a disaster relief fund for COVID, Small Business Administration. I mean, he lied about not having a criminal record. He lied about how many employees he had. He got $1 million, and he's ordered to pay $1.2 million in restitution. So he was ordered to surrender to the Bureau of Prisons yesterday at 4 p.m. And as of right now, I did check the Bureau of Prisons, and it says not in custody. I don't know if they didn't just update the system. Could be possible. Maybe they didn't update the system. Maybe he's sitting in there waiting to start his sentence. But if you keep postponing it, right, you're just going to kick yourself in the ass because you could have been done with your sentence. You're out here for all these months postponing it, and you could be serving your time and just get it over with. It's not like he's going to fucking Leavenworth or fucking, like, come on. You're going to a damn camp, and they're probably going to keep him in protective custody because of who he is, right? So we got a lot of other things to talk about. There was a road rage incident. Let me see who else we got in the building. Wild card, how you doing? Absolutely. You can have the kidney removed from prison. So what's the problem, right? Grapes, how you doing? Yo, Staxx, what's up, champ? I'm chilling. Things are great. If you guys are just getting, Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for joining me. I appreciate everything you do for this show. So I did an interview with CJ Nordstrom from Rhode Island, an in-person interview. That one's going to be dropping soon. I'm just working on editing it. I have a lot of crazy interviews that are going to be dropping. They're going to blow your mind, like insane stuff. So CJ Nordstrom, let me see. I might have a little clip. Check this out.
I'm CJ Nordstrom, and I'm chatting with Staxx. Can't get any better than that, believe me.
Oh, stay tuned for that. It's really good. Shows me the motorcycles. We go into his shop. Spent a lot of time with him. It was a great time. You guys are really going to enjoy that. Pepper, how are you? I got sentenced to 3 years in prison. Years ago, I got sentenced delayed barely 30 days. Get all my affairs in order. No kidney BS, bro. I know. I understand 30 days, but this dude's like trying to get it very big in the biker community, 100%. And I'm going for top quality content. It's in 4K. It's in person. I'm asking them all the questions that people want to know. This isn't no bullshit content. I'm really going to bring you top quality content. So if you guys want to donate so I can go to my next adventure to get some more interviews, I have a lot of interviews lined up all over the country. I just have to get funding to go and do it. I don't need crazy amount of money. I'll sleep in the damn car to go do it. I just need to get gas, the essentials, and I will be getting these interviews done for you guys. So if you want to donate to the show, you can hit up the Cash App at Chattin With Staxx, or you can hit up Venmo, PayPal, Super Sticker, Super Chat, Zelle. Anything helps. Nothing is too small. Everything will go right back into the show so I can bring you the dopest content possible. So there was a road rage incident that happened in Delaware, and this is a sad situation. This is the man that was unalived in Delaware. So state police arrest St. George man for the murder following road rage shooting. So this is the man that was unalived, and I'll show you the guy that did it, allegedly, is this man. So a Delaware State Police arrested 28-year-old William Simpler Jr. of St. George, Delaware, for murder following a road rage shooting in Newark on Tuesday. On August 4th, 2026, at approximately 1:30 p.m., troopers responded to the intersection of Salem Church Road and Old Baltimore Pike in Newark for a report of a shooting. Responding officers located 46-year-old Jason Podolite of Bear, Delaware, lying in the roadway suffering from a gunshot wound. He was taken to a local hospital where he later died. Due to the nature of the incident, Delaware State Police Homicide Unit assumed the investigation. Preliminary detectives learned that the victim, who was operating a motorcycle, was traveling behind a Hyundai Elantra that was stopped at a red light at the intersection. Podolite then pulled his motorcycle in front of the Hyundai. The Hyundai then moved alongside the victim on the left side. Podolite and the occupants of the Hyundai became involved in a verbal altercation. The victim stepped off his motorcycle and began reaching in his saddlebag when the front seat passenger of the Hyundai, later identified as Simpler Jr., shot Podolite. Through the investigation means, detectives identified the suspect and the Hyundai that fled the scene. Probably flock cameras, right? We're going to talk about that in a minute, too. Detectives responded to Simpler's residence, so they left the scene, right? They found him at his residence where he was taken into custody without incident. He was taken to Troop 2, where he was charged. with offenses listed below. The arraignment, he was arraigned in court, committed to Delaware Department of Corrections with a $1.5 million bond. He is charged with first-degree murder, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. Delaware State Police Homicide Unit continues to investigate the incident. So I got a little video to show you guys. So this was the victim. Sad situation. Oh, over what, right? Over what? Over egos? Is that what it was? But check this one out.
Mechanic and avid motorcyclist was killed in what Delaware State Police are calling a road rage shooting. It unfolded in this busy Newark, Delaware intersection Tuesday afternoon around 1:30 in the afternoon. Broad daylight right here where Salem Church Road meets Old Baltimore Pike, just steps away from this daycare. This is the victim, 46-year-old Jay Paoletti. I sat down with his family today. They told me he loved his motorcycle, he loved his family.
My brother is never coming back. Like, I will never even be able to hear my brother's voice again.
They tell me he was leaving lunch with his fiance, heading back to his auto body shop that's just down the street from here when this all played out. Here's what happened according to state police. They say that Paoletti was riding his motorcycle behind a Hyundai Elantra. The two of them got to this red light and Paoletti pulled up in front of the Hyundai. That's when the Hyundai pulled up to the side of Paoletti's motorcycle, and that's when police say an argument ensues. Paoletti, police say, then got off of his bike and reached into his saddlebag, and it was then when a passenger inside the Hyundai opened fire, shooting Paoletti. He was rushed to the hospital where he later died.
And they probably have video of this situation, right? Everybody's filming. You know, when an altercation happens, people whip their phones out. Boom. And this is it's senseless. Now this guy's going to probably spend the rest of his life in prison, and this other guy's gone forever.
This man, William Simpler Jr., also from Delaware, is now facing a first-degree murder charge. He fled the scene, but police later arrested him at his home. He is now being held on a $1.5 million cash bond.
I mean, why was this dude reaching in his saddlebag? I mean, why did it even get to that point, right? That's the questions that people are going to be asking. Hey, Al Rose, what's going on? Virginia Chaos is in the building. Gory Rory. If you guys are just getting here. So Loud, what's up, man? If I missed you, I apologize. Shout out to Mike Ball. Pepper, how are you? If you guys are just getting here, I got a lot of new interviews I'm going to be doing in person. So the first interview that's going to drop is going to be CJ Nordstrom from Rhode Island. Very serious interview. I sit down with him for a while, and they're long interviews. I'm not going to chop them up into part one, part two. They're just going to be all the way through, top quality interviews. Different camera angles. It's good. It's really good. Wait till you guys see it.
I'm CJ Nordstrom, and I'm chatting with Staxx. Can't get any better than that, believe me.
Boom. You guys are really going to like that. Staxx, what do you make of Chud the Builder getting on a bill? I think that dude baits people into doing shit. I don't know, man. I don't really get into all that, you know, try to stay away from politics and all that. Because people are too emotional over politics. Like, it's really, really crazy how people act over politics. So we got some other news down there in Texas we're going to talk about with the 1% Cossacks. You guys know who they are, right? So the 1% Cossacks and the Ugly Man Cossacks. This is the Ugly Man Cossacks. They call them that because of their back patch, allegedly. So if you guys don't know, Waco, Texas happened, right? The incident down in Waco with the shooting. People broke off from this Cossacks and they started the other Cossacks. This one. You could see in this picture, they have their patch upside down, the old patch. They use the same colors, the same name. It's just called the 1% Cossacks. We all know Hatchet was a part of it. He was the national president at one time. So there is a trial that is taking place. This guy is on trial. Let's see here. All right. Bam. All right. Trial to get underway for Ugly Man Cossack member charged in the death of his father and son. Waco, Texas, shortly after shooting a father and son on October 2024 altercation involving rival bikers, Romney, I can't pronounce the last name. We'll call him Romney, returned to the scene and told a nurse trying to render aid, "Let him fucking die," he said. Wow. An eyewitness to the event testified Monday. Rami, 33, a member of the Ugly Men Cossacks motorcycle group, was on trial in Waco 19th State District Court on capital murder charges in the shooting death of Michael Morris, 38, and his 18-year-old son, Braxton Johnson. Morris, a member of the 1% Cossacks group, and Johnson died during a fight with Rami at the intersection of Mackey Ranch Road and Old Moody Road in Bruceville, Eddie. Attorney Russ Hunt Jr., who's representing Rami with his father, Russ Hunt, told jurors in opening statement that there had been a bad blood between Morris and Rami for some time, that Morris was the aggressor that day. Rami was acting in self-defense when he shot and killed the pair after Morris pulled a switchblade knife on him, Hunt said. The witness for the prosecution, who formerly lived on Old Moody Road near the altercation, testified Monday that his daughter was playing basketball outside when she screamed and two men on motorcycles were arguing in the roadway. He went outside and saw the bikers squaring up like they were about to fist fight. He said he later heard someone say, "Let's do this." And then he saw one of the men pull a gun. The witness said someone in a pickup truck ran over one of the motorcycles and then heard 4 shots ring out. And then he saw the gun, but he didn't see the other man who's holding a knife. He said he heard someone scream, "You just murdered 2 people. You're going to prison," before a woman drove up in a red pickup truck and Rami got in and rode away. Rami and the woman returned shortly after, and Rami and others started yelling again. And said Rami approached the Good Samaritan who was trying to help Morris, who happened to be a nurse, and he told her, "Just let him fucking die," the witness said. Wow, that's some cold-blooded shit. There was no remorse for what he had just done, the witness said further. Rami's wife, Alyssa Sevilla, was arrested in the incident as a party to capital murder and tampering with evidence, because in Texas, they don't fucking play down there. She has not been indicted on those charges. The witness testified he's a former member of the Booze Fighters motorcycle club, but was kicked out of the group. That learned he intended to testify. So this dude was a member of a witness was going to testify. He was a member of the Booze Fighters. They kicked him out of the club because he was going to testify at Rami's trial. Hunt told jurors in an open statement that Rami's group, the Ugly Men Cossacks, was more of a social group as opposed to the Cossack 1% group, who Hunt described as hardheads. The Ugly Men group split from the traditional Cossacks after a deadly 2015 biker shootout at Twin Peaks in Waco between the Banditos and the Cossacks and their respective support groups. But that was all bullshit. It was all led on by police. The police are the ones that ended up unaliving a lot of the people at the scene. And the police, I hear that the police were behind all of that shit, the whole Waco incident. But I'm going to get deeper into that at a later time. Hunt said Hardhead Cossack group had a smash on sight order for members of the Splinter group, and that Morris had been harassing Rami for some time. On that day of the incident, Morris drove by Rami's home, revved his motorcycle engine, and flipped off Rami. Hunt said he previously had threatened to burn down Rami's house and kill his dog, Hunt said. Rami is a peacemaker, Hunt said. He tried to calm the situation down. He tried to mediate the situation, but Morris would have nothing to do with that. He said that his role in the motorcycle, he said he rode his motorcycle after Morris to implore him to leave him alone. They pulled over at the intersection, and Hunt said Rami only wanted to talk some sense into Morris. He said Morris pulled a switchblade and Johnson showed up and joined them. He said someone in a blue shirt punched Rami in the side of the head, knocking him to his knees. He tried to leave on wobbly legs before he saw the man approaching him again, so he pulled out his pistol, fired in self-defense. Rami was defending himself every minute of the day, Hunt said. Prosecution testimony will resume on Tuesday. If convicted of capital murder, Rami faces life in prison with no parole because the district attorney's office elected not to seek the death penalty. So he could have sought the death penalty. So as I told you, his wife was arrested too. Wife in double murder of defendant, and Rami charged with capital murder. So let me show you this video, and maybe it'll tell us how to pronounce his fucking last name too, right? So this is when his wife got charged. Let's see. Yeah.
Wife of a Bruceville man who reportedly drove her husband away from the scene. Shooting deaths of a man and his son Saturday night. It's wife of a Bruceville man who reportedly drove her husband away from the scene after the shooting deaths of a man and his son Saturday night is now facing a capital murder charge. Bruceville Eddy police arrested Alyssa Sevilla in the shooting deaths of Michael Morris and his 18-year-old son, Braxton Johnson. Sevilla's husband, Frantescu, a member of the Cossacks Motorcycle Club, is charged with 2 counts of capital murder. Authorities say the deadly shooting stemmed from bad blood between Frantescu and Morris. Frantescu is being held on a $1 million bond. Sevilla on a $500,000 bond.
Yeah, I did see the pictures on Facebook. Rig Hand Life. Yeah, they are getting big in Canada. Satan's Choice is getting big in Canada. I believe they're almost one of the biggest clubs out there. I've heard reports saying that they are the biggest club in Canada. I don't know if that's true. Possibly. I don't know. Corey Rory, what's good, man? Leave the dogs out of it. I'm going to show you guys a video and all that of their run. Let's see here. There's so much shit going on. If you guys haven't heard, a pretty influential member of the Hells Angels has gone missing. Is the vice president. of Montreal. Missing in Montreal, Hells Angel power player Stephen Plore vanishes as mystery deepens. One of the most influential Hells Angels members in Quebec seemingly vanished, leaving behind an abandoned vehicle, unanswered questions, as an investigation in which authorities say are keeping very possible on the table. I guess he went by the nickname Fessy. He was 57 years old, a longtime member of the Hells Angels and Montreal chapter, has gone missing for several days. His vehicle was discovered abandoned near a park in southwest Montreal with no signs of him inside. According to the newspaper, investigators are trying to determine what happened to him, while people close to the man reportedly provided little cooperation. The disappearance immediately attracted attention for a major reason. He's no ordinary club member. He's a full patch member of the Montreal chapter since 1999. Quebec media described him as one of the province's most powerful Hells Angel members. Reported in 2025, he's regarded as the organization's number 2 in Quebec, behind the influential member Martin Robert. Now, nobody seems to know where he is, or at least nobody knows is saying it publicly. The abandoned vehicle, the discovery of Plorf's vehicle near the park, appears to be one of the most significant pieces to the puzzle. He wasn't inside it. Authorities had not publicly established why the vehicle was there, how long it was there, or what happened after it arrived. Police are reportedly considering multiple scenarios. Did Plorf, I'm probably butchering his name, disappear voluntarily? Was he the victim of a crime? Was he killed? At this point, these are questions, not conclusions. Reporting on the investigation specifically states the hypothesis hasn't been ruled out. His partner reportedly was moved to safety. Perhaps the most extraordinary development is that his family, sources say, close to Plorf, arranged for his partner to be placed in a safety at a location being kept secret. That doesn't establish what happened to him. It does, however, demonstrate the apparent seriousness of which those around him are treating his disappearance. Once police sources specialized in organized crime emphasize that his stature, telling the newspaper in essence that if something had happened to him, the consequences could be significant. For decades, Quebec has experienced in which disputes of organized crime figures produce repercussions far beyond individuals directly involved. The history inevitably hangs over the disappearance involving someone of his stature, but the history isn't evidence of what happened this time. For now, the mystery remains just that. What do you guys think happened to him? All of a sudden, he just disappears. And then yesterday, there was a big situation that happened up in Canada. There was a police shooting with an organized crime figure. And they were found in a river, unalived. So, I mean, it just gets crazier and crazier. This happened in Calgary. Let me get to it. Hold on. Calgary Park manhunt ends in the death after police officer shot twice near Edworthy Park. A traffic stop erupted into gunfire as a suspect allegedly shoots at officers and civilians, carjacks a vehicle, and flees towards the Bow River. Calgary. A routine traffic stop near Calgary, Edworthy Park, erupted into violent confrontation Monday after a man allegedly opened fire on police, striking one officer twice and triggering a massive search through the popular park before the suspect was later found unalived in the Bow River. According to the Calgary Police Services, officers were conducting a traffic stop involving a black truck in the southwest community of Spruce Cliff near Edworthy Park. At approximately 11:45 a.m. on Monday, what began as a vehicle stop quickly escalated. Police said an occupant got out of the truck and began firing multiple rounds at officers. One Calgary police officer was struck twice. The officer discharged multiple rounds. The offender discharged multiple rounds at officers who returned fire. The gunfire marked the beginning of a dangerous pursuit that moved on from the roadway into the park towards the Bow River. Police said a male suspect fled on foot after the initial exchange of gunfire. As officers pursued him, authorities believe he continued firing. During this time, it's believed that the suspect continued to actively shoot at pursuing members in nearby civilians. The allegations that the civilian were potentially a suspect's line of fire. The allegation that civilians were potentially in the suspect's line of fire added another level of urgency to the already dangerous situation. Edworthy Park is a large public recreation area along the Bow River, meaning police were dealing not only with an armed suspect, but also with the potential of the presence of people using the park. The situation escalated again when police said the suspect carjacked an individual inside the park. According to the investigators, the suspect took the vehicle and attempted to drive through the park before it became stuck. Then he abandoned the vehicle and continued to flee on foot. Police continue to search the area for the suspect, moving towards the Bow River. The pursuit ultimately ended at the Bow River. Authorities said the suspect was later located unalived in the water before officers were able to reach him. Circumstances surrounding the man's death remain a critical part of the investigation. Police said officers returned fire during the initial confrontation, but based on the information released so far, it has not been established publicly whether the suspect died as a result of police gunfire or a self-inflicted injury, drowning, or other cause. Determination will be required at a further investigation of the potential of what really happened. The injured officer survived the attack. The officer identity and full extent of his injuries were not immediately available for release. The incident unfolded rapidly. Traffic stop, an exchange of gunfire, injured officer, armed flight through the park, exchanged carjacking, finally discovering the suspect in the Bow River. For the investigators, however, the work is far from over. I'll bring you guys more information on that when it becomes available. I mean, there's so many different things going on. Let's see here. So there's a video online of this man on a motorcycle, right? On a street bike. He's riding down the highway with his friends, and all of a sudden, I don't know if he passes the Harley. We're going to go over this video another time, but this dude pulls a weapon out on this guy on a Harley, pulls a weapon on the guy on the street bike that's with his other friends. And these guys get off the highway and they pull over, and the dude's like way down the road just sitting there staring at him. And these dudes are like, come on. And he just drives away. Very weird. But I'm going to show you guys that tomorrow. Let's see here. We're going to take a look at the live. So here's a picture from the scene from where this situation happened with this guy in the park. It's a pretty wild situation. Who else we got in the house? Dirty cops as always. You already know, man. That guy Harry Wessels. I don't know who that is. Never heard of him. Twin Sisterhood got him. Hey, these guys keep saying that they're going to be going to, hey, big up to Toronto. Thank you for joining us today, man. Big raid here in my town, you said, Jimster. The Twin Sisterhood keeps saying that they're going to Sturgis. Do you guys think that's true? I mean, if something transpires and I find out, I'll be the first one to let you guys know. I don't think they'll show up there. And if they do, they'll be in a pickup truck with tents. And, you know, they'll probably sneak in there. Maybe take some pictures and leave, right? That's what they do. Them guys ain't gonna go. You guys think they'll go? You think they'll show up at Sturgis this year? Nothing good would come from it. Definitely not So Loud. 100%. Nothing good would come from that. Definitely not. So before we get to the 1 year anniversary of Satan's Choice, there's a video online of this man claiming that someone in Satan's Choice, he sounds like he has a Canadian accent, right? He posted it online that somebody from that club keyed his bike. I don't know if this is true. This is all alleged. But here's the video that the guy posted.
So here's how mature Satan's Choice. So here's how mature Satan's Choice and Satan's Throttle is. On my next new paint job.
He has a Baka sticker on his bike.
So here's how mature Satan's Choice and Satan's Throttle is. On my next new paint job, they decided to leave their signature all over my bike. I don't know if you can see that one. And that. That's so nice, guys. You're so mature. Yeah.
Brian, what's going on, man?
A lot of these guys were more adult than that, but apparently not. Bunch of childish this is what you are.
So this is all alleged. I mean, it could be someone else blaming it on them. Who knows? I don't know why he said that it was them. I don't know what kind of proof he has. I don't know why he would just come to that conclusion. But, you know, Satan's Choice has gone through a lot of things over the past year. It's only been a year since it's been revived, right? It's a legendary name from Canada. It's doing really good in Canada. It's exploding. It's probably one of the biggest clubs up there. There's a lot of people that are with Satan's Choice in Canada. And we're going to take a look at some of the video of them doing their run. Let's check it out. Oh, absolutely not, man. That guy's not. He never was in any fucking. No, that guy's a total fraud, man. Never heard of him. Everyone I know, nobody knows him. He's proven to be a fake, man. He wasn't in the HA, never. Yeah, no, he wasn't.
Happy 1 year.
Joy forever, joy.
Oh, never. I would never promote that guy. Hell no. That dude's a cornball, man. Grapes. Hell no. That dude was never nothing. Listen, we expose those types of people. So this is their 1 year anniversary and they're getting pulled over. I mean, we've seen that video about the tar on the tires. And it seems, right, when a lot of people watch that video, it seems like there is some thin-skinned bikers out there. I don't get it, man. You guys claim to be these tough guys and all this shit. Real thin skin, man. Like, you can't even have a debate and have a conversation about something without getting all defensive about shit. Like you guys need a fucking hard lesson on life. Seriously, some of you guys. Like, some of the people took that video, me playing that video of the tar on the tires, as me making fun of Harley. Like, what? Some people are just stupid, man. No, I think Spider's still around. Spider's still doing his fakeness over there. Don't worry, we're gonna go back on him too. Hey, Mike Ball, Insane Wheels is in the building. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Mike Ball. I've met Sos the Ghost. I met him with Pee Wee. I think he's all right, man. He used to live in Connecticut. I don't know if he still does, but he's good. He's got a massive following. He's got some good content. Soon I'm going to put together the top 5 shows that I watch of motorcycle content. And it might, you guys might be surprised. Don't know him, grapes, don't care. I can smell that shit from here, right? Tar off. Just getting a little tar off. Listen, officer. We're just trying to get the tar off, officer. We got to burn the tar off. Can't blame him for trying. You can't.
Welcome to the first game of the run. Happy anniversary. It's been one
Just trying to get the tar off, officer. Yeah, you're right, man. You can't blame him, right, for trying. That video's coming up right after this one. So here's the video, right? Can you imagine? They're doing burnouts like you just saw in the other video. They're like, oh, it's just getting the tar off the tire. Listen, I get it, right? You're riding on your bike, you got tar on the tire, it's gonna make you go doof, 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 doof. But the argument he was making is that they're burning them off to get the tar off. But why is the tar on? Is it from burning out, or is it just from the hot street? I heard it was really hot up there, like 104 degrees or something. Flawless says a Satan's Choice party would be wild.
Why we are doing the burnouts, the hot tar. We'll pop our tires if we don't. We're not.
See, the cops will never agree with that. Never. And you're about to hear them. And Harley posted, it took everything in him not to hit this dude.
Trying to be malicious in Quebec.
I'm gonna get I'm gonna get the tar off our tires without blowing smoke. Right? You understand what I'm saying? We're trying to get the fucking tar off our tires so we can leave. Now you're stopping us from leaving.
Look, that's all the tar on my tire. That's all.
I want us out of your province, but we can't leave unless we get the tar off our tires for a good cause. If the cops and we all have to stay in your province and go to Harley deal. You guys are acting here. Don't listen. And I'm over there. Identify you. Because of the tar on the fucking tires, we're all gonna crash. Okay, you're the one guys act listen, and we'll let us leave. The guy that was running the construction said we can't bring it up. Hey, having my guys back, saying don't make guys laugh, your guys laugh. This is fucking retarded. We're fucking that we have to burn it off our tires. And now you come to try to tell us that we gotta get out of here. You just fucking I wasn't you're pretty off telling me to go fuck myself. Right up there. Check my records. I don't know how you're going that far. At all. Trust me, I don't care if I'm a little ticket out of the car. I'm just gonna let it lose that. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good argument, right? But Satan's Choice has dealt with a lot through this past year. I mean, they had their ups and downs, right? It's been 1 year controversial Canadian revival marked by gunfire, fire bombings, and a murder. There are motorcycle club names in Canada that belong to be a particular era, names that carry decades of history long after the original chapters have disappeared. Satan's Choice is one of them. For years, the famous Canadian patch seemed designed to remain largely a piece of motorcycle history. Then, in the summer of 2025, Harley Davidson Gwindon, son of longtime Satan's Choice leader Bernie the Frog Gwindon, announced efforts to bring Satan's Choice Motorcycle Club back. 1 year later, the revived club is still here. But that first year has been anything but quiet. The resurrection has been accompanied by controversy, arrests involving alleged members that attacked Harley Gwindon's Oshawa business, most seriously shooting death of a man reported to have been a member of Satan's Choice Motorcycle Club. But it's not, and it didn't have anything to do with that, allegedly, right? was started as an attempt to resurrect one of Canada's most recognizable motorcycle club names, has become one of the most closely watched stories in Canadian motorcycle club world. A name with deep Canadian roots. The modern story cannot be understood without the old one. Satan's Choice became a major presence in Ontario under Bernie Gwendon in the beginning of the 1960s. The club eventually disappeared in its old form from remaining Satan's Choice members joined the Hells Angels in the 2000s. More than 2 decades later, Harley Gwendon began pushing the Choice name back into the public view. The revived club quickly attracted attention from both inside and outside of Canada. By April 2026, Harley Gwendon announced that he'd be stepping aside from the club's presidency to concentrate on the international expansion, according to Canadian Crime Report. There's also been a significant development concerning ownership of the name itself. Canadian Intellectual Property Office records show Satan's Choice trademark for the motorcycle club service is active and registered. The government record lists Harley Gwendon as the current owner following an assignment of the trademark. So, I mean, that's a huge development in this whole story. That makes the revival more than someone simply dusting off an old patch. Satan's Choice name is once again active, visible, and controversial. This came with attacks in Oshawa. The rebirth brought attention, but in 2026 brought something much darker. Harley Gwendon operates Harley G's in Oshawa. During February, the business became the focus of a disturbing series of incidents involving gunfire, attempted incendiary attacks. Reporting at the time described shots being fired into the business and an attempted Molotov cocktail attack. Gwendon's publicity rejected the idea that the incident resulted or represented something broader, like a war between Satan's Choice and the Hells Angels, instead characterizing the problem as a personal dispute. The distinctive matters without evidence from investigators establishing a broader motorcycle club conflict. It would be irresponsible to automatically label every attack connected to Gwendon as part of the biker war. A lot of people were saying that it was the biker war that was brewing. But, I mean, look how far they've come, and there hasn't been any major things that have gone on. There's been a couple people got arrested here and there, but it had nothing to do with the club, right? And you're going to get that. That's going to happen over time. I mean, things are going to happen. You can't control everything from, it can't be picture perfect. I mean, you're going to have bumps in the road. It's been a whole year, and it's been pretty quiet, I would say. I mean, they've been pretty successful up there in Canada. So one of the things that happened, he had a smashed front door. He had bullet holes in the front window. Police arrested 2 16-year-old boys nearby. The teenagers subsequently faced numerous charges, including allegations connected to arson, possible incendiary materials. Satan's Choice had returned to Canada's landscape, and you can't ignore it. Someone appeared to be determined to send a message to the man at the center of that return. Exactly the motive of the attacks is a different question. A lot of rumors swirl around, but people don't really know on what's behind the attacks. And then police identified Pascual Casito and Christian Balsito of Vaughan. Investigators describe a double homicide as a targeted incident. Canadian Crime Report subsequently identified the 2 men, or the 1 man, as Satan's Choice member. He was a former Hell's Angel too, I believe, right? And it was reported that Harley Gwynn publicly said he did not believe the killing resulted from a motorcycle club dispute. That distinction again deserves emphasis. The York Regional Police confirm Casato's, I'm probably butchering his name, and my apologies. His murder described as a shooting as targeted, but police release did not identify Satan's Choice as a motive for the homicide. What investigators did uncover was chilling. A blue SUV allegedly used by the killers was later found abandoned and burnt. Police said it had previously been stolen in Toronto. Investigators eventually produced multiple arrests. And it says that the allegations have not been proven in court. But for Satan's Choice, however, Casito's death represents the darkest moment and yet associated with the club's new revival, had generated headlines because of patches, personalities, and new rivalries. Now had a dead member attracted to its story. And then the police, they started getting attracted to this, right? I mean, when they were having runs, the police are there taking pictures of all the people. And if you're an old outlaw, register your trademark with the government to protect it. It makes no sense. I mean, that's so people can't fucking go online and use your name and like sell merch with your shit on it, right? I mean, what are you supposed to do, man? It's not like back in the day, Rory Gory. You can't just go around and smash everybody that uses your logo anymore. You just can't do that, right? So days after the Vaughn killing, Satan's Choice was back in police headlines for an entirely different reason. On May 22nd, Windsor police executed a search warrant at a residence as part of an investigation into a drug and guns unit. Police said they arrested a 41-year-old man who was described as affiliated with Satan's Choice, along with a 40-year-old woman. And that was the person that wasn't even in the club anymore, I believe, right? Investigators seized 3 loaded handguns, loaded magazine, ammunition, and a vest bearing Satan's Choice emblem. Both were charged with multiple firearms-related offenses, failure to comply with a release order. Those charges are allegations that should be treated as findings and should not be treated as findings of guilt. It was another reminder that Satan's Choice expanded. Police agencies were paying attention. So what do you guys think's in the future for Satan's Choice? I believe it'll flourish in Canada. I believe they'll keep growing. And Christopher, what's good, man? Back in black. Enjoy your show. Appreciate you. I think they will flourish in Canada. I don't know about the U.S. so much, but Canada, yeah, I think they'll do good. I mean, they've done good this year. The U.S., meh. That's to be said, be seen. We'll see, right? But anyway, the 2026 Canada run has been finished. But I appreciate all you guys. There's a lot of great content on the way. Today, I got part 1 of Billy the Biker tells me his story. It's a crazy story. He has a book called Cheatin' the Reaper. Go check it out. It's a really good story. Part 1 will drop today. A lot of great content on the way. If you guys want to help the show, I'm going to be doing in-person interviews, and I need your help to get this done. Any donation helps a lot. If you want to help the show, hit up the Cash App at Chattin With Staxx. Or you can hit a Venmo, PayPal, Super Sticker, Super Chat, Zelle. Every donation counts. It goes a long way. I put it right back into the show. I got a lot of in-person interviews lined up. I just got to get gas money. And if you guys help me, I will bring you the dopest content possible. But thank you guys. I hope you have a great day. Stay tuned tonight, 10 o'clock, for some new content. Join the membership. Check out Patreon. Check out Spotify. I'm going to be uploading some new videos today. Hope you guys all have a great day. And remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.